A lot of y'all be talking about, oh, I'm top 3 hater, but don't even know what hate looks like. I'm finna tell y'all about the most hater shit I've ever done.
Death to all Crips and Bloods. Death to all GDs and BDs.
Yo, he's so mad no one's hating right now.
No, why? When I could just add hate.
Why?
Why? I'm getting ready to insert hate.
May they all die like King Von.
Rip it on any beat. That's an adaptation. I'm running out of breath. I'm bringing it back in.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
May they all die like Drakeo the Ruler.
I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Why not? Why not? I hope all my enemies get lung cancer. I'm not Jesus. I'm not a good person.
May they all die like Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like real hating, man, that's like an art form.
When we think about someone hating, the first thing that comes into our minds is someone being malicious, vindictive, spiteful, inspirational. Inspirational? Well, when you think about it, seeing what someone is capable of doing when they put 120% of their time and effort without a single care about themselves is inspirational. Seeing what depth someone will go just to make someone else's life a little bit harder is truly the epitome of selflessness. We're once again learning about the arts of the 21st century. Last time we learned about the importance of gatekeeping and why you shouldn't put someone onto the better things in life. Everyone's so eager to tell their friends when they heard a fire song, watched an amazing movie, read an insightful book, when you should instead keep that information to yourself. Quit trying to help, quit trying to share knowledge, quit trying to make people find their purpose. Don't you remember? Finders keepers. But why am I mentioning gatekeeping when this video is about the art of hating? Well, if you're asking this question, then clearly you want the brightest star in the sky, but that's fine. I shall still eliminate your mind. Gatekeeping is your shield, but without a sword, you're not fully complete. If gatekeeping is about making sure no one can get up to your level, then hating is about making sure that no one can be superior to you. For one to be a D1 gatekeeper, they must harness the power of hating within themselves. How else are you meant to gatekeep medical care from those who urgently need it? The hardest choices require the strongest wills. So why is hating so important? Shouldn't we be spreading love and not hate? Shouldn't we be uplifting each other, empowering each other, encouraging each other? No? Fucking idiot. To fully grasp what the art of hating is all about, it's important to recognize that not every hater is the same. They come with unique characteristics and even their own skill sets. You can think of hating sort of like a job. We need plumbers, but we also need doctors, but we also need pilots, but we also need farmers, but we also need your mom. So what are these different types of haters?
John in Tennessee, go ahead, what you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Keep Von's name out your mouth.
You say keep Von's name out my mouth?
Yeah, keep Von's name out your mouth.
Fuck Von. Fuck Von. And hey, listen to this. And fuck his mama too.
Brother got a nice car, man. Why you got a car, man? I only got one car. Why you got 3 cars or a wife or all that, man? That's played out, man.
On Friday, Revival is coming, so we got a new Eminem track, Untouchable. This is
Throw it in rice.
What?
I hate on it till he's totally broke and ain't got nothing like me. You know what I'm saying? Cause yeah, that's what real hating is all about, man.
These are the haters who keep their hate to a minimum until a large majority of people start having similar negative views regarding a subject. Then he pops out of the woodworks and starts trauma dumping, telling the whole world why they hate this person and why everyone else should too. This type of hater is very patient. They will gladly wait for their moment to shine. They're the epitome of working smart and not hard. They're well aware that going against the popular opinion is a fruitless effort. It's all about efficiency. It's kind of like when the police waits until they have sufficient evidence before proceeding to arrest someone. They recognize that they may only get one shot at this, and they'll collect any dirt there is to your name and patiently wait for their moment.
For those that don't know and didn't listen to last episode, we were a bit critical, except for Maul. Maul said he absolutely loved it. Maul said
that shit was ass, nigga. Hey, Sway Lee, hear me and hear me good, nigga. I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
This person will hate on someone regardless of the current climate. It doesn't matter if it's not currently popular to hate on someone. They wake up nice and early, ready to spread hate. This is their passion. This is their way of life. To put it simply, these people aren't big dreamers. Whatever their passion was before they met you has now been put on hold because hating on you requires their full attention. They've somehow convinced themselves that hating you is the key to their happiness. If you're doing fine, they failed. Truth be told, the only reason they're alive is because they don't want to die before you do.
He sent me a bunch of pictures of him with his shirt off, lifting weights. He sent them to me in the middle of the night. So I felt like he was challenging me. So I sent him the best muscle I had that I thought that was, can compete with other people's muscles. And I ain't just sent him a picture, I sent him a video. And I was putting grease on my muscle. You know, like how you grease, he was greasing his arm. Yeah, I was greasing mine. And he texts me back saying, I'm gay as hell. And I'm saying to myself, man, nigga, you saw my dick. I ain't see yours. My dick is on your mind. Your dick ain't on mine. I know what your belly look like, but you know what my dick look like. So nigga, nan, the boo-boo, I win.
Praying for your downfall can be comparable to public displays of affection. You make a post, they'll make a comment. You win a competition, they'll say it's rigged. You win an award, it was Mickey Mouse. Whether you're winning at life or having a tough time, the perpetual hater will never stop, and even after you die, he'll probably still badmouth you. The thing about the perpetual hater is that they're not very sneaky. They don't want to backstab you. They want to destroy you publicly and take the credit for doing so. This is the hater that will do whatever is necessary to see someone being torn down, but they will do it in a more cunning and sneaky way. They don't actually want to be known as a hater because they recognize how people may disregard their voice as being one of pointless negativity and not one of legit criticism. They understand that the best way to stab someone in the back is to be close to them, so oftentimes a Machiavellian hater will befriend the person who they wish to destroy. They may even help this person in certain instances, improving aspects of their life just so they can gain their trust. So they put their guard down, and before they know it, they're being served up a lawsuit for misconduct. Or they'll just fuck your wife, but honestly, what's the difference? The Machiavellian hater has to be one of the more dangerous ones because it can be so hard to identify them, find proof of their schemes, or even read their true intentions. There's so many layers to their deception and how many masks they wear that chance of you seeing it coming is highly improbable. This is also the type of hater that will leak information to someone's enemies for them to act upon it whilst they fade into the shadows. Pretty much, this is the type of hater that will look you into your eyes while you die and smile, but cry in front of everyone else. A true unsung hero. This hater is very similar to a troll. He kind of just hates on you because he finds that to be the most fun thing to do at the moment. He doesn't really hate you or even care about you, to be honest, but he'll put on an act just to get under your skin. And if he saw you on the street, he'll probably still ask you for a picture. These are essentially bandwagoners, but they can sometimes be hard to differentiate from a more authentic hater just because there's so many of them. There's no way to keep track of whether this person is actively hating or just taking pop shots whenever they're bored.
It's a little seasoning.
All right, you can leave now.
This is my hotel. I paid for this motherfucker. You can leave now. See how that worked? But I don't even want you to leave because I'm not rude like that. I fuck with you.
This is the definition of low risk, high reward. You're not putting much stock into hating, but the little that you can do can sometimes cause an eruption. This is a hater which only hates when there's reason to do so, choosing to do things with the utmost nobility. The most unique factor here is that they aren't hating because it's funny or with maliciousness. This is about accountability. I wouldn't necessarily call this person a hater, but people may view them this way depending on how they go about voicing their grievances. But ultimately, this is about justice. Something was done and someone needs to face the consequences of their actions, publicly and legally if may be. They may even risk being called obsessive, but their moral compass just can't let this person get away with their bullshit any longer. Even willing to sacrifice their own well-being if it means that things are made right.
You can't keep getting away with it!
And there we have it, the 5 paths of hating. So what now? Which path should you choose? Before you decide, I think it would be best to learn from people who have already walked down one of these paths so you have a blueprint of what to follow. How does the quote go again? A smart man learns from his mistakes, a wise man learns from the mistakes of others.
So without further ado, let me give you the nominations for Player Hater of the Year.
Dillon Danis. You may know this man's name because he was the person who would be facing Logan Paul in the upcoming KSI v Tommy Fury boxing card. But before this, he was nothing more than an MMA fighter. But out of nowhere, he found himself a new obsession: misogyny. Wait a second, that's not her name. In his mind, he's being a righteous hater. He thinks that he's doing something morally good, but that's just an illusion. And as a master of hating myself, I can see past this trick. Hiding the true intentions is hating 101 after all. Now you may think that Dillon Danis is actually a prime example of being a perpetual hater or a Machiavellian hater. But keep in mind that he only started hating on Logan Paul once he knew that he would be fighting him. But before that, Logan didn't mean a single thing to him. Anyway, after doing all that hating, Dillon Danis essentially got clowned on by Logan Paul, which, number one, clearly shows that this hating shit is just not for him. A true hater would never fumble an opportunity to destroy the person you hate. If Logan would have lost, we would never see him again, I promise you. He had one job, he did all that talking, and he failed. Colossally disgraceful. This is not what hating is about. Last time I checked, you don't have to be a loser to be a hater, but I guess he wanted both titles. And secondly, I think we're about to witness a live demonstration of a path switch from being an opportunistic hater to a perpetual hater. Also, let me say this while we're still here. The amount of people that were dick riding this man all because he was shitting on a woman is really intriguing. I know you don't actually hate Logan Paul this much, and I know damn well you don't like Dillon Danis this much. You're just glad to see someone shitting on a woman. I don't know what the resentment is. I don't know if it's his projection is something else, but personally, I didn't think it ever was this serious. This guy's just a Mickey Mouse hater, a loser, and he's just a weird guy. He's just a weirdo. Let's keep it 100 for a second. If you had a friend who behaved like Dillon Danis, that was this obsessed with a girl he's never interacted with, you know that he's a capital S school threat. He's the prime candidate to be on the watch list. If someone were to be like, yo, did you hear that Dillon apparently got caught with a gun at school? You probably wouldn't even doubt the rumors. I'm telling you right now. This is the type of guy that needs to be put under 24-hour surveillance. He is a crash out specialist. Next up we have Skip Bayless, popular Michael Jordan dick rider and popular LeBron James hater. He's a sports commentator that doesn't miss a chance to undermine LeBron James.
Okay, how about this with 4 minutes to go, if we could see this? Your man dunks and slaps the backboard. You want to talk about rubbing it in? He slaps the backboard and gets a technical foul as he hangs on the rim. Good. Way to go. Get him out, Frank.
No.
Diminishing his accolades is slight work for him. Finding ways to undermine LeBron after he's had a stellar performance is just another day for him. As a true perpetual hater, he doesn't hide his disdain for LeBron. He embraces it. Every day he lets the whole world know where his loyalties lie. He literally wakes up nice and early so he has extra time to hate. But where does his hate for LeBron stem from? Well, one thing you may not know is that Skip has a supervillain backstory of being abused by his father, neglected by his mother, failing to achieve his dream of becoming a professional basketball athlete, feeling like he was doomed to be around his parents who mistreated him. He didn't know where to go. But he had one teacher who saw something in him, his way of words. She advised him to focus on writing, said that there may be a future for him in that realm, so he followed her advice, and the rest is history. Successful doesn't even begin to describe what he's become today. But where does the LeBron hate come from? Exactly. No one knows, and it doesn't matter. But this is what being a perpetual hater is really about. This isn't about righteousness. Now this is an interesting one. We have Aubrey Graham, Six God, Drizzy, also known as Drake. He goes by many names, but one thing you may not know is that he's one of the top Machiavellian haters, and most of his hating is done behind the scenes. On the surface, Drake is a golden child, unproblematic, charismatic, transoceanic, but the last part is all dependent on where you live. Regardless, on the surface he's a pretty spotless guy who, sure, has had his fair share of mutual differences with other celebrities who he's been very public about, but there's a few individuals who have seen the other side of Drake, the blackballing side, the silencing side. The most popular example is with the rapper XXXTentacion, which many people have speculated that Drake may have been the cause of his death. Drake hasn't said much publicly about said rumors, but he hasn't steered completely clear of it either. Some of his songs could be read as a subliminal diss against X. In his recent album he has a song titled Daylight, X has a song named Moonlight. Although not quite opposites, I can see why people may see a connection, and of course the lyrics don't really help Drake in this case. Now personally, I don't know if X and Drake had enough of a beef to warrant what happened to X, but a lot of people will disagree with that. But this isn't even the extent to Drake's hater ways. Drawn made a song called Cha Cha, which inspired Drake's Hotline Bling. He didn't get any credit, felt some type of way, tried to address it with Drake man to man, and got his
2017 out Coachella. Then at a party I approached him. I'm like, hey bro, we need to talk. You know what I'm saying? Stepped outside, it was like a whole army of guys, like 15 some guys. Said what I had to say, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean, bro? I said, it's about to get ugly. Next thing, bam, I'm like, oh shit. That shit was wild, like.
Ian Connor, someone who Drake used to be close to, out of the blue blocked Drake, and Chubbs, who's Drake's right-hand man, commented, I cannot make this up. He commented under an Ian Connor post saying, "Lil boy, we've been whooped you, stay calm before we get active." Truthfully, there's a lot we don't know about Drake, but the way Kanye West talked about him really tells me that Six God isn't just a myth. He's a true Machiavellian hater. Let's just leave it at that. Playboi Carti is a gatekeeping grandmaster. He's up there with Kanye West and Frank Ocean when it comes to not releasing music to appease their fan base. Now usually gatekeeping at this level requires a high amount of hating, but I feel like Playboi Carti doesn't have genuine hate towards his fan base. I think he simply doesn't care. To him this is fun. He enjoys raising people's expectations, disappointing people, saying one thing and doing another, empty words and false promises. Why? Because it's the funnest thing to do at the moment. But does he actually wish upon the downfall of his supporters? No, and to be honest, he'll still do a couple features here and there, and of course 99% of those songs will never see an official release and will probably live in the endless realm of Playboi Carti unreleased songs. To our compilation 432Hz, slowed, sped up, reverb. You get the deal, you know how it goes. Here's the truth, and I'm about to expose it. Playboi Carti makes music for himself, and he'll tease a song not because he's gonna release it, but to show his fans what they're missing out on. He's the definition of doing a little trolling. Lastly, we have Joe Budden, retired MC, runs a podcast called The JBP. Joe Budden is notorious for his rants. Some even say that he's on a Mount Rushmore of hating because of his honest critiques of music. He doesn't hold any punches, but if you're an expert in haterology, then you'll know that Joe Budden doesn't hate with malice. He actually tends to make good points about his criticisms, and although he is very hyperbolic and loud, he has good intentions. He actually cares about the quality and integrity of music. He clearly gives a voice to people who feel the same way, or else no one will give him any credence.
All of you rappers sound uninspired. Y'all do sound low effort. All of y'all sound like y'all trying to sound like the artists that you like a lot.
Now, Joe has a tendency of being hyperbolic with his hate, sometimes even walking the line of putting on a show, sort of like Skip Bayless. Some may even call him delusional. Ultimately, he's just not afraid of saying the unpopular opinion. He quite literally stands on business, one-man army against 50. Even when a criticism reaches the artist who produced a piece of work, he doubles down. It's not about preserving a relationship, it's not about doing what's easy, it's about doing what's right. And there we have it. You are now equipped with the knowledge of hating, and as a sign for your effort, you have been granted a bachelor's degree in haterology. Be proud of yourself. But we're only halfway there. There's 2 more art forms which need to be broken down. Stay tuned for that.
And I'm saying to myself, man, nigga, you saw my dick. I ain't see yours. My dick is on your mind. Your dick ain't on mine. I know what your belly look like, but you know what my dick look like. So nigga, nan the boo boo, I win.